G'day, I'm Steve Cockram. I'm here at Drew Ross's Skiing Academy in Orlando, and we're going to show you the double slalom skis from O'Brien. This is the Performer series. You can see that they're more of an advanced double ski with a shape in the ski. We've got an hourglass side cut here through the ski, quite an advanced binding, even an adjustable fin, and the kicker to the whole thing, which makes these skis work so well, as you can see we have a dual tunnel in here. If anyone's taught people on doubles before, the syndrome of the skis wavering around gets drastically reduced with this keel on the bottom of the ski. So to get started with the skis, you'll want to put the skis on. You might want to use a little bit of soap just for easy getting on and a nice comfortable fit. You're going to jump in the water with both skis on, and then the tips for getting up on two skis basically boil down to two things. Bend your knees and keep your arms straight. Now that's a pretty simple way of saying an awful lot of things, but they're the two things that you really must remember as you're getting dragged around by the boat as you're starting to come up out of the water. Initially you want to sit in the water with the skis about shoulder length apart. The rope goes between both skis, and you're going to have your arms around your knees. So you're literally going to hug your knees with your arms. Skis are going to be about shoulder width apart, and you're going to be hanging on, keeping everything together with your elbows holding your knees in the right place. Your butt will be sitting down on the back of the skis. You'll have your hips tucked down close to the back of the bindings, and you'll want to stay in that position even as the boat starts to drag you out of the water. Initially you'll feel some push against the skis from the boat, from the water, and a lot of people's reaction to that is to push back, and you've got to try and avoid that. Like I said, the two key things: knees bent, arms straight. So in keeping your knees bent, you're not pushing, you're not resisting against the water, you're letting the boat do the work, you're letting the skis ride up on top of the water. At the same time you're keeping your arms straight, and once you've got a stable platform, once you've got a bit of speed going with the boat, you can then start to stand up nice and slowly. No jerky movements, no quick movements, or you're just going to end up toppling over the side, and it's smoothness and slowness is the key. So we've got our knees bent, the boat's dragging us away. As we start to rock up onto our toes and stand up, again, we're going to really make sure that we maintain straight arms and keep them out, the handle out in front of us. Because the skis are on a slippery surface, as soon as we pull in at all, they move out in front of us and you end up falling back. And again, have a guy behind the steering wheel of the boat that really knows what he's doing. It's not banging the throttle to the ground and jerking the person out of the water. And at the same time, it's not just putting it in idle and taking half the lake to get up out of the water. It's got to be a slow, controlled pull, and there's got to be enough power put onto the water by the boat so that the skier can get up and push on the skis and stand up. Definitely the skier needs to be directly behind the boat. The boat driver and the skier need to be in good communication, so it's preferable to have an observer so that they can communicate and let the driver know exactly what the skier wants. So once you're up on two skis, you want to learn how to cut backwards and forwards. You need to learn how to cross the wakes and control the skis before you think about dropping one and getting onto one. The more control you've got over the two skis before you go onto one, the easier the transition will be. So get up on both skis. You're going to be in a fairly neutral stance, which means you're basically straight up and down with your knees, your hips and your ankles pushed slightly forward. This will keep your shoulders back a fraction, but overall your center of mass is going to be directly over the top of the binding, so that's why we call it quite a neutral position. We're not forward, we're not trying to lean back, we're basically in a position where if we cut the rope, all of a sudden you'd just be able to glide to a stop. Good neutral stance, and then trying to edge backwards and forwards. Now the skis will work for you, so you don't have to go ahead and muscle them and push one away or anything like that. All you really need to do is rock some weight over onto the outside part of your left foot, say, and the inside part of your right foot, or vice versa to go to the right. So by edging the skis, the rocker in the ski and the design in the ski will pull the ski around a little bit, and it'll travel either left or right. Initially you probably want to zigzag backwards and forwards inside the wake, get a little bit of control going, and then give it a blast over the wake. Remembering that as you hit the resistance of the wake, as you go up the wake, you've got to keep those arms nice and straight, keep the knees a little bit bent, and ride over the wake in a neutral position. The grip for double skiing is the same as getting up out of the water. You want to have both hands on top, just for ease of grip and also for balance in the shoulders. Once you've got a bit of strength going, once you can cut backwards and forwards and you really want to give a a stronger cut, then the stronger grip is the baseball grip, either right hand on top or left hand on top, either way, whichever feels comfortable. But mainly for double skiing, and even when you want to go ahead and lift one and learn to drop a ski, it's easier to stay balanced with your shoulders by keeping both hands on top. Double skis can teach you a lot. They can teach you how to edge, and the same principles apply when you go to one. So learning them on two skis is definitely easier, and all the things that you learn on two will help you transition faster and easier onto one and make your job on one a lot easier. Okay, so we've given you some tips on the skis, the bindings, how to drive getting up on two skis, and how to learn to get up on two. So let's hit the water and get at it.